Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to take a look at reloading. I'm just getting into reloading. This is my approach to, first-time reloaders. I think this is a very good way to approach it. If if you're just getting into reloading, you don't know much about it, you don't want to invest a lot of money to buy the expensive presses and the dies and everything required for big time reloading. This is a good way to approach it. I actually picked up a Lee loader, which is relatively inexpensive. It's everything that you need to reload whatever cartridge you're going for. I actually got the 3030 is what I'm going to be reloading, so I got the Lee loader for 3030 and all the ingredients for reloading that cartridge. Now, everything, like I said, everything that you need is in that box. It's inexpensive. It's actually, it works just fine. You can reload a shell and within like 30-40 seconds, depending, how fast you get at it, how comfortable you get with using all this. But like I said, I'm approaching this in a very, inexpensive way to reload. I don't want to invest a lot of money, so right now I just want to kind of see if reloading is right for me. I want to see if it's enjoyable, if it's something that I want to do. So let's get to it. So using the Lee loader, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, that people that are reloading. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Lee loader and you have way more knowledge about reloading than I do. So in that case, please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But this is right now the way I'm approaching reloading. I didn't end up buying. I only ended up buying 100 primers. 100 projectiles. 1 pound of powder just to get into it and see if it's something that I want to do. Because if I decide in a little while that it's not for me, at least I didn't invest a big amount of money into it. So let's get down to it. Let's load a case. I'm for any new viewers out there that are also like me that are trying to get into reloading. I'll just quickly show you how the Lee loader works. I've already deprimed these and cleaned them. That's the first step. It depends if you've only fired them once. If you don't want to clean them, you could just basically use dirty shells. But because once fired shells aren't even that dirty, I just cleaned them because that's what I chose to do. But so you would deprime it. You would throw it into this little case holder. Take your depriming rod, throw it, put it in there, give it a few taps with the mallet, and then it would deprime it. The primer would be up in the bottom over here. So after you do that, you obviously want to resize the neck. So you have the resizing die. You take that, you tap it in there until it's flush. The case is flush with the die. So that's pretty flush. I'll give it, two more taps just to make sure that it's good in there. So it is. So at that point, the neck is resized. You would then take a primer. So you would take your large rifle primer, put it into into this little gadget. Push this on top. Take your rod. Now make sure you don't use the depriming rod. You have another longer rod to put in there to get the primer in. So you set it up, you give it a few taps. You want to make sure that it's it doesn't stick out, that it's actually flush with it. So put it back in there. Give it a few good taps until it's flush. At this point, you could see it is flush. So now you switch over to this piece again. At this point, you want to knock it loose from the resizing die. It's in there. It's nice and loose. Primer is good. Now this is taking me a while because I'm just demonstrating how it works and double checking the primer and triple checking it and taking the steps slowly. But if you could do this real quick if you're just concentrated on what you're doing and you just kind of go with the flow. Now I've already used the powder scoop. I've already measured how much it gives. It gives roughly 30 grains of powder. So at this point you would toss that in there. Try to get all of it in there, and without spilling it. Obviously you might spill a few little pieces of it. Make sure all of it goes in there. So it's in there. Now you would do the projectile. Drop the projectile right in and use this piece to drive it home to the right seating depth. And there you go. Once it bottoms out, it's at the right seating depth. I've already adjusted it to the right, the proper depth that I want. So far I'm actually enjoying it. There's a satisfaction you get from taking an empty piece of brass and turning it into a brand new usable cartridge that you could go out and fire. I'm enjoying it so far. I think I'll reload these 30-30. I'll use up the 100 primers and projectiles that I have, and then we'll see what the next steps are, if I'm going to continue getting serious into reloading or not. The other benefit is that this projectile right here is roughly half the price of factory ammo. So you might spend like 30-40 seconds reloading it, but you're saving money in the long run. Unless you shoot, you're just going to shoot a lot more. But either way, you're saving money. You either get to enjoy your time and shoot more, or you spend half the amount that you would on factory ammo. So also, I believe you should do a little bit of research about powders and primers. Obviously, primers are easy. You either have large rifle primers or small rifle primers. Large ones are obviously for bigger casings like 30-30, 30-06, 308, stuff like that. The small rifle primers would be your 5.56, 223 primers, for those type of cartridges. So you just pick up your rifle primers or whatever you need. The research you should do is what kind of powders, because obviously there's different powders for shotgun shells, for rifle loads, for handgun loads. I do believe that the Lee loader is a good approach for first-time reloaders. If you're out there, if you're not sure about reloading, then it's a good way to reload a few rounds, get some experience of reloading, and figure it out. So I do recommend it. Alright guys, so I'm gonna bang out a few shells here just to show you, speed wise, how it works. Let's get into it. Yep. Now, like I said, these are the first few rounds that I'm reloading here, so I'm still trying to remember the steps properly and everything, but I think with time it can all go very smoothly. There you go, seated. There you have it, nice and quick and ready to fire. So guys, like, subscribe, and share these videos. I'd also like to have your input. Is it worth just hanging on and reloading with a little Lee loader like this, or is it worth getting a press and then going into the big boy toys, I guess you could say? Let me know what your opinion is. right now, like I said, I think I'll stick to this. I'll reload as much as I can of this 30-30, you know, use up all these primers and projectiles, and debate my next step. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.